Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Andrew Laidley. Supreme Ventures started broadcasting its Cashpot game in South Africa today. The company says bringing the game to South Africa was made possible by the completion of a deal with Aardvark Software. SVL says this historic contractual agreement is bringing its vision to expand and export its products outside of Jamaica to fruition. The company adds that since entering Guyana in 2018, it has been working to continue its journey of expansion and growth outside of Jamaica. Supreme Ventures says this deal provides access to 16 operators in South Africa with access to over 4,000 terminals. These operators will all be selling the Cashpot product at their locations and watching SVL's live game draw from Jamaica. Local paper products company San Myrna has announced plans to open a factory in Nigeria. Managing Director Robert White says the company has been in dialogue with the Nigerian High Commissioner in Jamaica for the past year. He says the ambassador has helped to pave the way for the expansion into the African country. San Myrna has been operating locally for 17 years. Since its inception, the company has expanded into the Caribbean, supplying the region with essential goods like bathroom tissue, hand towels, napkins, and medical rolls. As Managing Director Robert White explains, the company is now looking to take the business further afield.
We are planning to set up something there, set up a factory there, once we get the opportunity. But before we do that, we are going to go on our visit, feel what it is like, and then from there, we will take it from there because it's over 200 million there. So, I mean, there must be a piece of the pie for us.
Mr. White says consideration was given to exporting locally produced goods to Nigeria, but he noted that such an arrangement would not have been beneficial to his business.
It wouldn't make sense to manufacture it here and export it there because Nigeria is real far away. So, I think the freight compared to the cost of product, it wouldn't work out profitable.
Nigerian High Commissioner in Jamaica, Janet Olisa, says there is a market for San Myrna in her country, noting that consumer demand is high.
We are 200 million plus people. So, what are we talking about? We are still importing. We have paper companies, but we are still importing because we still do not have enough. And that was what he actually told me. He said, look, my sister, we need to come and tap. This 200 million cannot go. So Samana needs to have its own share of the 2 million. I said, please, yes, come over. And that's the way business is born because nothing stops them from adding to it. Why should we be importing when we can have it locally? And that would be like an expansion of the business.
Mr. White did not disclose how the expansion will be funded, but financial controller Tanya Richards Davis explained that the company is financially strong.
Earlier, the pandemic, we saw a spike in sale because of the panic buying. However, based on how customers would have understand what is COVID, we saw where our sales started to remain steady. So in terms of the increase in the spike, we started declining, but declining to where it was before. During the most difficult time, which would have been June, we saw a further decline in our sales. Okay, and that will have to do when they had to do restructuring in terms of persons staying home from home, hotel sector closing, all those contributing factors. Now, we are seeing our sales gradually increasing.
Currency trading ended today with the US dollar selling for $143.54. The Canadian dollar sold for $107.88. The pound sterling is going for $184.77, while the euro is selling for $168.54. The Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSE, today announced a double listing on the main and junior markets. Trans-Jamaican Highways cumulative redeemable 8% preference shares and the Tropical Batteries ordinary shares were listed. Now, Managing Director Marlene Street Forrest says the listings prove that there are still viable opportunities in the market and that commerce must go on in spite of COVID-19. She stressed that there is liquidity in the market, evidenced by the oversubscription of the securities which were offered recently. Still on the stock market, the JC Index lost 4,741 points today, and the Junior Market Index is down 22 points. Among the winners were stationery and office supplies, Jamaican teas, First Rock Capital Holdings US dollar shares, Everything Fresh, and Supreme Ventures Limited. Now on the losing side were Mayberry Investments, Paramount Trading, Access Financial Services, CAC 2000 9.5% preference shares, and Barita Investments. And that's the Business Day. I'm Andrew Laidley. Good evening.
The Business Day, brought to you by.
From Home Sweet Home to LED, we've been helping to put a smile on your face. Sagicor, celebrating 50 strong years.